What up, Tokyo Jetz, and you are tuned into Hot No Hip. I got more money than your favorite rapper. He just got a bigger chain, and he be ducking in his Uber when it's switching lanes. Broke bitch, no you cannot hold shit. I cut off all them fake ass hoes I used to roll with. I been on my grind, I been touring, doing shows. Why you got all of them follows? They ain't book you on the road. When it comes to Jacksonville, I think I kind of like started what's now the wave. I also feel like it's headed into the right direction. We got a lot of artists that's like bubbling, that's from Jacksonville, such as Young and Ace, which is an artist that I really love out of Jacksonville right now. And then it's a couple of other artists that's also signed and doing their thing as well. But I think Florida, like in itself, is on the wave right now. Like another artist that I love from Florida is YNW Melly. I love Melly so much. But Florida is just on the wave right now, and our music doesn't sound like music from anywhere else. I didn't actually want to be a rapper. I used to make like poems and post them on Facebook. And my manager Josh was like commenting on under these posts and basically saying I should go to the studio and record them. And then I happened to like make a video with one of my friends where we was like just playing around rapping. And then that's when he got like real adamant about it, and we ended up going to the studio, and I was trash. But I mean, I got greater later, so whatever. I actually started, before I started doing music, which was just actually recent, there was a point where I was doing like real bad, probably like the worst part of my life. And I'm a real prideful person, and I don't like asking people for stuff at all. So I actually lost everything at one point, and I ain't want to ask my mama could I live with her, because me and her really don't get along, and I ain't want to ask nobody for help. And I had a Mazda Millennia. It was like probably a 97 or something like that, maybe like a 2000 at the most. And I had this car for a while, maybe like 2 months before the engine blowed. But I had this car, and I used to park the car in front of my mama's house and sleep in the car because I didn't want to knock on my mama's door and ask her, can I come in? She probably would have said no anyways, I don't know. But I just ain't want to ask nobody for help. And I think that's kind of a moment where I found myself at the same time. And I think those moments made me the person that I am. So I definitely wouldn't change them if I had the option to. But my engine blowed in my Mazda, and I ended up selling the car for parts. And then I ended up moving in with Josh on the sly. I kind of texted him one day and was like, can I spend the night? And that night turned into a whole lot of nights. I kind of didn't have a choice when I started to take rap serious. I was working 3 jobs at the time, and I started to get booked for shows, and I wasn't turning down no money. So I was like using all my sick time, all my holiday time, like to call off work, and it got to a point where I didn't have no more time. And when that happened, it was actually when Tip offered me to come to Atlanta to meet with them. And I decided to go, and in deciding to go, it was either I go to Atlanta or I stay in Jacksonville and keep my job, but I still would have risked the chance of losing my job because I ain't have no more off time. But I decided to go, and I haven't decided to leave, but I wouldn't want to go back to working a job because right now rap feeding me real good. Okay, so first, before I say my thoughts on like freestyle nowadays, I just want people to recognize and know that I started that rapping in the car. Like, you might have been rapping over beats in the studio, you might have been rapping over beats in your house, but I started the viral videos from the car. I don't care what nobody tell you, I started that. I kind of feel like it's one of those things that started in the beginning of hip-hop and how things change over time. I kind of feel like that's what happened. And you just got to take it for what it is. Okay, so freestyle is basically like me saying, I don't care about what nobody else talking about right now. Like, this is what Tokyo got to say, and you gonna listen. Like, the first line is game on like a bitch can't clear, whole chill. And if you're not from Florida, you might not understand what clear means. But like, when somebody say I'm finna clear, that mean I'm gonna shut everybody up. So like, game on like a bitch can't clear, whole chills. A whole lot of shit I don't feel, and I don't I don't feel a lot of people rapping right now. But that's just I made it the intro because it's super hard and it's my way of saying shut up and you gonna listen. The inspiration came from my aggravating publicist. Yeah, they came up with the idea for the cover because I wanted to do something simple, and they always want me to be extra. But yeah, the idea for the cover came from them. The actual title, Bonafide, came from a friend of mine. It's a whole lot different since viral. I'm definitely better, and there's growth, and you can definitely see it in everything, and it's not just from the lyrics, also like my content, the visuals. There's definitely growth, which is supposed to be the goal anyway. With viral, I did a lot of music that was suggested, if that makes sense. Like people would come into the studio and be like, I think you should do this and I think you should do that. And with Bonafide, it's strictly me and my engineer Matt. But it's like strictly me, and it's what I wanted to do, and it's the type of music that I wanted to hear. And it kind of is me going back to when I first started out, because No Problem, which is my single right now, is a whole lot close to DM, which is the first thing that I went viral off of. So it's just basically different because it's me doing the type of music that I wanted to do, the type of music that I wanted to hear that I don't feel like I'm hearing right now. Engineers definitely send me packs, but I usually don't pick those beats because I get so many beats from so many engineers, and it's kind of hard to actually sit there and go through them. And if you're in the studio and you go through like 30 minutes worth of beats and you don't like them, you kind of burnt out. So everything gonna sound the same. But I have a producer that I work with all the time, which is Matt-tastic, and then he has a group that he's in, which is 48 Hertz, and they have a lot of production on my project. But I vibe with Matt real well. So once we're in the studio, we lock in. People send him beats, and then he goes through them to figure out what he thinks I'll like. And then that works out really well also. But with Freestyle, I was actually doing a 12-hour session, and Matt was like, I think you should do this beat. And he played it, and I was like, all right, let's do it. It's usually just on the spot. That was definitely a goal. But like, yeah, I'm from Florida, so Trina the GOAT. If you're from Florida, like everybody's inspired by like Trina, and if you ain't inspired by Trina, you inspired by Trick and Trina in some kind of way. But yeah, that was definitely a goal, and I just wrote her on Twitter, and she responded, and we did it, and it's dope. No, I sent it to her. I sent her the track with the open verse, and she sent it back like the same day, and we got a lot of other dope stuff coming too. When people listen to Bonafide, I want them to understand that there isn't just one type of female rapper. With my music, the thing that makes me different from other female artists is that there's a lot of guys that actually can ride and listen to my music. It's not super raunchy, not to say there's something wrong with that, but that's just not Tokyo. It's not super explicit, although it is at times. But my music is just really vivid, and it's like most times storytelling. And most of my music is about stuff that I've been through or stuff that I was close enough to know what's going on, and a lot of people relate. So I just want people to understand that you're going to get the truth, you're going to get the real, and it's going to be genuine. Bonafide. Well, as of right now, we're about to go on tour with Gates. Well, the tour would be going on right now. So right now we're on tour with Kevin Gates, which is super amazing because that's one of my favorite artists, if not my favorite artist right now. And then No Problem is going crazy. It's the biggest song I've ever put out, so I'm sure it's going to open a lot more doors for me to do, more in 2019. But outside of music, I'm actually planning to start my own label and sign a few new artists also. The actual name of the label is 23ENT, which is on my chain, and it's also tatted on my hand. But the 23 is in remembrance of my little brother, who actually passed away earlier this year, earlier in 2018. His name is 23. And if I had the choice, I would have made his ass start rapping. I just basically wish that I had somebody to kind of like teach me the do's and don'ts early on, because I made a lot of mistakes and I wasted a lot of money and I wasted a lot of time before I got to this position. And if there was just somebody who would have just been able to guide me, I think I would have been able to do things a whole lot smoother. So I just want to help in it whatever way I can to help somebody's dreams come true.
More money than your favorite rapper. He just got a bigger chain, and he be ducking in his Uber when it's switching lanes. Broke bitch, no you cannot hold shit. I cut off all them fake ass hoes I used to roll with. I've been on my grind, I've been touring, doing shows. Why you got all of them follows? They ain't book you on the road. Just